Yo, what's up guys, my name's BearTheBoff, or Bear, whatever you want to call me, and in today's video I wanted to show you guys how to obtain one of the best accessories in Final Fantasy 15, in my opinion. And that accessory is the Magitech suit and the Magitech suit V2. Now both are the same accessory, but version 2 is just like a better but rarer version of the Magitech suit. Now version 1 boosts your max HP by 1000, your strength by 70, and your vitality by 50. And version 2 boosts your max HP by 2000, your strength by 100 and your vitality by 70. So you can see why this is a pretty good accessory. I mean, it boosts a lot of your key stats. To obtain this item, we're going to be fighting Max Angelus or Angelus, I think it's Angelus, that spawns from Imperial ships. Now he will always drop a Magitech suit, but only has a 5% chance to drop the version 2, so it can be a bit tricky. Now before we get into this, I want to explain a few things that I don't really seem to see anyone else mention. To get this boss to spawn, you have to be in chapter 15. He will not spawn in any other chapter, no matter what, he just won't spawn. And you also have to first have defeated Max Patria or Patria, but you can get him to spawn the exact same way as I'm going to show you in a minute, so don't worry about that. So before we get into the whole strategy on how to farm this guy, we need to get set up, because this guy isn't too bad as long as you're set up right. If you go into it guns blazing and just not think about what you're doing, you're probably going to take about an hour to kill him, more or less. So first, you're going to want to make sure you have the ingredients to make this meal here. If you don't have the ingredients, it's not a problem, because you can buy the marrows and the shallots from Lestalum. And you can buy the fillets from Alticia. Now you might think, why not use a meal that buffs drop rates? So the thing is, it doesn't affect the drop rate of version 2, and the normal version is already a guaranteed drop anyway, so it's not really worth it. You can't just waste in the meal. It's also not essential to use this particular meal, but it will help at being able to take Angelus down a lot quicker, because your constant crits, you can just drop his health so much faster. Now that you have the ingredients to make this dish, you're going to want to come over to this camp on the right side of the map, just north of Hammerhead, and camp so that you can get the buffs from the meal. Now once you've woke up in the morning, you're going to want to head northeast towards a little hut and tower. There are quite a few different areas around here you can do this, but this is where I've had like the most success and get him to spawn the most often. Once you get there, there'll be a couple of Sabertus. Just kill them and wait for an Imperial dropship. In this time, you're also going to want to set your difficulty to easy, so we will be able to summon Carbuncle. I wanted to do a strat really where it would be on normal difficulty, so I could show people that you don't have to do it on easy. But it's so much harder and there's literally no reason to not go on easy. So when you see an Imperial dropship above you, you're going to want to save your game. Once you've saved your game, come out of your pause menu and wait to see what comes out of the ship. If it's not Angelus, you're going to just want to pause and reload your save. Each time you reload the save, the Sabertusks will respawn, but simply kill these and Imperial dropship. It should already be there or on its way. Again, check to see if Angelus has spawned, and if not, reload again. And what you're going to want to do is just repeat this again and again and again until Angelus spawns. Now sometimes it can be a real pain in the ass to get him to spawn, but eventually he will end up spawning. Now just before we get into this, as for the gear, there's no real necessary setup as for weapons, but you're going to want to just try and buff your strength up as much as possible, because Noctis is going to really be the main character doing all the work in this, and you're just going to be an absolute damage tank just towards him. And we're also mostly just going to be using Armiga to fight him. Now you want to do this with accessories, royal arms and any other weapons you can find to really just buff your strength up. But you want to save at least one spot for just a high damage weapon, because the strat we're using, you won't finish him off fully with Armiga, but you'll leave him with enough HP where you can just whittle him down. You're also going to want to equip Ignis with the enhancement technique, because that's pretty essential to do more and more damage. Now when the fight starts, if you haven't got Armiga, just spam attacks on his legs to quickly build it up. It won't take long. And once you have it, you're going to let yourself die all the way. What this will do is it will automatically summon Carbuncle, who will heal you fully and buff the absolute shit out of you. All your stats just get buffed. Once you're up, you're going to want to pick up Ignis. If he's down, just use a Phoenix down or a high potion if he's in the danger phase, and just spam enhancement 3 times. If you're lucky, you'll get him to get all 3 elements on Noctis, but if not, it's not really a problem. It's just you're not going to do as much damage, but you'll still do enough. Once this is done, you're going to want to trigger Armiga and start attacking the face of Angelus right in the centre. It's sort of like the window that would be to a driver's seat if there was someone controlling it. And what you want to do is just keep spamming attacks, just keep attacking, hold lock on and just keep attacking with Armiga until it's really close to running out. and once it is, just do a warp strike because it'll get just some bonus damage just before it runs out. And from this point on, you're just really going to want to keep warping at the same spot you've attacked and just keep attacking, and then whenever he's about to ready an attack, just warp out and get to safety, and then just keep doing that, and eventually you'll knock his health all the way down. If you don't really do a lot of damage in the first Omega phase, just based on what level you are maybe, if you build up another Omega and he's still got, you know, a lot of health, I'd just go ahead and do the same again, spam enhancement with Ignis and use Omega again. Now once he's dead, all you have to do to be able to farm him is simply save again and redo the same strategy of reloading until he spawns, and then just rinse and repeat until you have as many of this item as you want. Unfortunately, I don't have a version 2 of this item because it can be a pain in the fucking ass to get to drop. I mean, 5%, it's not too bad, but I've farmed him quite a bit now and I haven't seemed to get one yet. So it can be a pain, but the item is definitely worth it from the stat increase which you get. But yeah, with a little luck and patience, you will eventually be able to get some of these stocky characters out with some of them and be OP. Now I know there's a lot of videos on it already, guys, but I want to make my own video and just kind of help anyone else that might not have seen it, that might stumble across this video, and be able to help them know about this item that they can go and farm and obtain to make themselves stronger, because some of them late game dungeons as well can be tricky if you're not set up right and if you don't have the appropriate gear. So yeah guys, I hope this helps with finding out how to get this accessory. Now I hope you have better luck than I do, because like I said, I'm still yet to get one. But yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this video and I'll catch you in the next one.